Ricky Hatton was one of those rare figures who transcended sport, uniting rivalries and becoming a symbol of Manchester pride. Following the shocking news of his sudden death at the age of 46, fans of both Manchester City and Manchester United, normally bitter rivals, put aside their differences to honor the man they all called the Hitman. On Sunday afternoon, Etihad Stadium and Old Trafford echoed not with chants of division but with heartfelt applause, banners, and songs for a man who embodied the working-class grit of Manchester. Both sets of fans, usually defined by their split allegiances, found common ground in mourning Hatton, a man who proudly flew the flag for Manchester throughout his career. At the Etihad, thousands of City fans held up placards bearing Hatton's name while a spontaneous round of applause broke out in the 10th minute, a reference to Hatton's iconic 10 pints and a fight persona that became part of local folklore. Supporters draped flags with Hatton's image over the stands, while chants of "There's only one Ricky Hatton" reverberated across the terraces, chants once reserved for his world title nights in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, across town, United supporters staged their own moving tribute at Old Trafford. A giant banner reading, "Manchester's champ, forever one of us," was unfurled in the Stretford end. Many fans recalled Hatton's lifelong connection to both clubs. Though a City diehard, he never shied away from acknowledging the respect he received from United fans who admired his fighting spirit. Former United captain Rio Ferdinand posted online, "Ricky was blue, I was red, but respect was always there. He was Manchester through and through." It was a reminder of Hatton's special place in Manchester's sporting culture. Unlike many boxing champions who detached themselves from their roots, Hatton never forgot where he came from. Born and raised in Hyde, he would often be seen at City games, pint in hand, singing with the fans. Yet even United followers, who might normally jeer their cross-city rivals, celebrated Hatton's career because he fought with the same relentless determination that defined their own heroes. Fans poured into Manchester pubs after the games, sharing stories of the nights when thousands followed Hatton across the Atlantic to Las Vegas. Those trips, often described as the biggest away days in football without a football, saw Mancunians of both red and blue persuasions singing shoulder to shoulder in the casinos and streets of Nevada. For once, scarves and colors didn't matter, only Manchester pride and Ricky Hatton did. On social media, the unity continued. Hashtags such as #OneOfOurOwn and #RIP Hatton trended across the UK, with messages flooding in from City and United fan groups alike. A Manchester City supporters page wrote, "We've lost one of the best blues ever, but more than that, we've lost a man who made all of Manchester proud." A United fan account echoed, "Rivalries stop today. Ricky belonged to every Manc." The respect was not limited to the terraces. Former City striker Sean Goater described Hatton as the heartbeat of Manchester boxing, while United legend Wayne Rooney, himself a big boxing fan, said, "Ricky inspired a generation. Doesn't matter if you're red or blue, today we all feel the loss." Plans are already underway for a citywide memorial. Reports suggest that fans from both clubs want to organize a joint tribute march through Manchester, culminating in a gathering at the Hatton Health and Fitness Gym in Hyde, which has long stood as a community hub. City and United representatives have reportedly been in contact to coordinate how both clubs can officially pay their respects, a gesture that would underline Hatton's rare ability to bridge one of sport's fiercest divides. For many, Ricky Hatton's passing feels like the loss of a family member. His approachable personality, sense of humor, and refusal to let fame change him made him beloved beyond the ring. He wasn't just a fighter, he was a fan, a mate, and in many ways, the embodiment of Manchester's fighting soul. As one City fan summed it up outside the Etihad, "We'll argue all day about football, but with Ricky, there was no argument. He was ours, he was Manchester," and in those words lies Hatton's enduring legacy, a man who could make red and blue stand together, arm in arm, in a city that rarely agrees on anything.